Rwanda is a country in East Africa that has made headlines for closing more than 8,000 churches across the country. These closures were due to the churches not meeting safety and regulatory standards for places of worship. This move has sparked intense debates, with some viewing it as an attack on religion. In this video, we are going to dive deep into what is really happening in Rwanda and what the rules are. So welcome to Idacore Media. Hit the subscribe button and let's continue. The Rwanda Governance Board has inspected more than 13,000 churches to check if they follow the laws. Those that did not meet the standards led to the closure of 8,000 churches. Some churches only needed minor fixes, while others had bigger problems. The government wanted to make sure that churches were safe places for people to gather. Some churches did not meet proper building standards, while others had leaders without the right qualifications, such as a diploma in theology. This is not the first time Rwanda has closed churches. In 2018, the closures were based on infrastructure, health and safety, and noise pollution standards for houses of worship. During this initial enforcement in 2018, the government closed almost 9,000 places of worship. More than 6,000 remained closed, but were given a 5-year period to improve. When the time was up in 2023, many still didn't meet the requirements, leading to their closure once again. This is not the first time Rwanda has closed churches. In 2018, the closures were based on infrastructure, health and safety, and noise pollution standards for houses of worship. During this initial enforcement in 2018, the government closed almost 9,000 places of worship. More than 6,000 remained closed, but were given a 5-year period to improve. When the time was up in 2023, many still didn't meet the requirements, leading to their closure once again. The main reasons why Rwanda closed these churches were: number 1, inadequate infrastructure; number 2, failure to meet safety and hygiene standards; and number 3, improper documentation. Infrastructure and hygiene standards included having enough space for attendees to avoid overcrowding, providing a reasonable number of toilets and hand-washing stations, and having adequate parking space to prevent cars from parking on roads and causing traffic issues. Churches were also required to have soundproofing systems to avoid disturbing the surrounding neighborhood. What happens in the church should stay in the church and not be heard by those in nearby homes. The government also stated that churches must be located in safe areas. This rule doesn't apply only to churches, but also to other buildings like offices, markets, and workplaces. The same infrastructure regulations apply globally, not just to churches. Regarding proper documentation, pastors were required to have a degree in theology. This sparked debate, with many saying that a degree isn't necessary to teach the Word of God, while others argued that God can use anyone, degree or not. However, the Rwandan government emphasized that they wanted educated people to teach because it's not just about the Word of God, but also about morals, culture, and beliefs. What do you think about the Rwandan government's actions to close these churches? Once a church meets the 12 requirements, it can resume its activities. Keep in mind that the Rwandan government gave every church 5 years to meet these standards. As we mentioned earlier in this video, the Rwandan government has been closing churches since 2018, giving them a 5-year plan to comply with the requirements. After the inspection period, which ran from 2018 to 2024, the government reviewed whether churches met the standards. If they did not, they had to be closed. Thank you for watching this video from start to finish. Please hit the subscribe button and give it a like. Idacore Media.